The summer of 1967 will forever be remembered as a time of intense heat, not just in terms of the weather, but also in terms of the social and political climate across the United States. In many African American communities, simmering frustration and anger boiled over due to long-standing issues such as poverty, lack of jobs, poor housing, and police brutality. Newark, New Jersey, became a focal point of this unrest, experiencing a tumultuous period that left a lasting mark on the city. On July 12, a seemingly minor incident involving a black cab driver named John Smith sparked the beginning of the turmoil in Newark. Smith was arrested by white police officers near a housing project, leading to rumors that he had been mistreated or even killed while in police custody. This news quickly spread through the community, igniting a sense of outrage and injustice. The situation escalated rapidly as a crowd gathered at the precinct, demanding answers and accountability. What started as a peaceful protest soon turned into a violent confrontation, with bottles and bricks being hurled and met with force by law enforcement. The pent-up anger and resentment that had been building for years now spilled out onto the streets, engulfing Newark in chaos. For 5 days and nights, the city was consumed by riots. Stores were looted, buildings were set ablaze, and the streets became a battleground between residents and law enforcement. The presence of the National Guard was meant to restore order, but instead, it seemed to escalate the violence even further. Snipers added to the sense of fear and uncertainty, turning Newark into a war zone. During this period of unrest, residents, both black and white, found themselves caught in the crossfire. Some risked their lives to help others, providing shelter or medical aid amidst the chaos. However, there were also those who took advantage of the lawlessness to further their own agendas, worsening the destruction and division within the city. When the riots finally subsided on July 17, the toll was staggering. 26 people had lost their lives, hundreds were injured, and property damage amounted to millions of dollars. Beyond the physical destruction, the scars left by those 5 days ran deep. The riots laid bare the profound racial and economic disparities within Newark, leaving behind a legacy of distrust and resentment that would linger for years to come. The Newark Riots were not an isolated event but rather part of a larger wave of urban unrest that swept across the United States during the long hot summers of the 1960s. Cities like Detroit, Los Angeles, and Chicago also experienced similar outbursts of anger and violence, underscoring the urgent need for addressing systemic inequalities and social injustices plaguing American society at that time.